All right, guys. So I thought about organizing like let's say noting out some points I've been making today, but I just said no. Let me just speak right from my heart, right? If I could meet my younger self, right? Um, there are certain things I would love to tell my younger self, right? Now, the purpose of this teaching is, to use my experience to actually serve as a guiding light for the newer ones and those that are struggling with the things I struggled with, right? So, when we start trading, right, we don't always get told that trading is a difficult game, right? We all came into the trading space, especially me. I came into the trading space with the mindset that I was going to get rich like in 2 months, 3 months, right? No one ever told me that it was going to take time. So, I got the trading course, and then I was just going through it. I was watching how my mentor then was, taking $1,000 to 1.5, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. So that was the same mindset I came with. I was thinking that okay, I could, use one trade to take my account up by 50% in a day. So that was the kind of mindset I came with, right? He never taught me risk management, right? All I was seeing was entries and exits, entries and exits. So I was really focused on, entries and exits. And, those things acted as a barrier to my growth because um, if I could go back, right? One of the first things I would be telling myself, right? This is the first thing I'm telling myself. If I could go back, if I could meet myself 4 years ago when I started trading, right? As a total beginner, total novice, looking for a way to, improve his income. The first thing I would have told myself is this, that trading is not as easy as it seems. Right? This is the first thing I would have told myself, right? Number one, I would tell my younger self if I could meet him that trading isn't as easy as it think as isn't as easy. This is the first thing I'm telling you. So I guess that some of you are quite new into the trading space. Some of you guys are, I kind of did a poll on my Twitter page, and I observed that some of you are, 2 years in, some of you started last year, 2023, some of you started this year. But I couldn't really find older traders like 4 years like I am. But I could just see 2022, 2023, mostly 2022 and 2023. That is 1 year and 2 years in, right? So I couldn't really find, older ones like me, like 4 years. And I saw some like one or two that were 2019, and that is good, right? So the first thing I want to let you guys know. I know that your mentor might have not told you this, right? You always see our entries and exits. You see, our one-sided story, right? Trading isn't as easy as it seems. So if I could meet my younger self, the first thing I would look to his eyes and says that trading isn't as easy as it seems, right? It looks very easy when you're watching the videos. When you're watching the videos, you're seeing the entries. It's not that easy. It isn't that easy as it seems, right? That's the first thing I'll be telling my younger self. I could meet him, I'll tell him face to face. Trading isn't as easy as it seems because most times, um, what we are being sold, right, is a one-sided story, right? Someone, makes profit and then he posts his profits. He isn't telling you how much he lost, right? Don't see someone come and say, I made $1,000 profit, right? He isn't showing you his trade history, right? He isn't showing you the losses he made, right? He isn't showing you the struggles he went through to get to that level. All he's showing you is what the Lamborghini, the Mercedes, the AMG, just the success, right? And because of that, many people think that trading is that easy. Now, compare trading to other kinds of profession, right? A doctor, everyone knows that to leave a school, to study medicine in school, everyone knows it's a lot of work. So it's not a hidden stuff, right? You cannot, take out the book reading and the stress, the mental stress away from medicine, right? It's not easy to cover that. When it comes to trading, it's very easy to cover the struggles that many people go through, the blown accounts, the sleep, the nights where you are sleepless, the times of discouragement, the blown account, all of all those things, the failed crop challenges. It's very easy to hide it because no one else um sees you when you go through that. So if I lose my, if I am trading now and I maybe put in some funds in my account, right, and I take a trade and I lose it, if I don't wish to show it, no one will know about it, right? So it's very easy to hide my trading struggle. If I fill a prop account now, I can decide not to show it. I will only show the one I passed, right? So when it comes to trading, it's very easy to hide the difficult parts. Maybe because I want to sell a course, maybe I want someone to buy my signals. There are different purposes why these guys do this, right? Most mentors they hide their failures so that because if they show it as it is, many people might not be interested in it anymore. So one of the things I would have, if you know what I know now, one of the first things I would love to tell my younger self, if I could go back in time, I would tell him that trading isn't as easy as it seems. I want to explain to him that most successes you see are one-sided, right? There's a lot of struggle that comes with attaining those results, right? It comes with a lot of struggle, right? You're going to have a lot of struggles. You're going to have times where you feel that you have figured it out, and then the next week you're blowing your account, right? I can't count how many times I've had this experience where this week I'm like, okay, I've gotten it. I've gotten the hang of this. This is making sense. Then after that week, I'm blame my account, right? I'm passing phase one today. By next week, I've failed phase two. So it's not as easy as it seems. Trading comes with a lot of struggle. It comes with a lot of struggle because it's not a regular kind of job, right? Most jobs depend on what either physical labor, that's a physical strength, or your mental strength, right? But when it comes to trading, it's largely on everything, both your physical energy, your mental energy, your psychological well-being, your finances. Is trading is taking everything from you. It's taking your money from you. It's taking what your emotions, taking your psychology. It's just breaking you down. It's squeezing you from all directions. Right? You're losing money. You're losing your patience. You're physically drained. You're not sleeping properly. Everything. It takes everything from you. Even takes what your relationship, because most times you would prefer to spend more time with the chat, thinking that the more time you spend with the chat, the more better you get. And in the process, you ignore your family, you ignore your siblings, you ignore every other person that you're supposed to be around. And you see, it's taking even your relationship from you. So if I could meet your younger self, I would tell my younger self, it isn't easy as it seems. And you might want to reconsider, right? You might want to think about this endeavor if it is worth pursuing, right? Is it really worth pursuing, right? That's the first thing I would tell my younger self. Now, the second thing I would tell my younger self, if I could go back in time, I would tell my younger self that trading takes time to master, right? Trading takes time to master. That are the things I would tell my younger self, right? And this is for newbies that are watching this video that are going through struggles, right? Now, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. It doesn't matter how much you backtest or how much you study or how much you go through your courses. There is always what a time requirement for these things to make sense to you, right? You can go through the video 5, 10 times, 20 times a day, but there has to be a time element to it. And why is time relevant? Because time is going to forge the experience, right? You now go from watching videos to seeing these things live. You go from just studying past data to watching future data unfold. You're seeing the present candle sprint. So getting used to getting used to trading the live market. When the market is the candle is moving, the candles are printing, price is moving in real time. It's way different from when you're back testing or studying. It's way different because when you're studying, you can already see what happened, right? Before you even go back. But now you don't know what is going to happen. You're just watching the market print, right? And you're just trading based on what you have seen before. You're just maybe if it's a pattern you trade, you're using the pattern to get into your trade and all of that. So those things you have to experience those things. You have to know what it's like to see a trade reverse, like market comes to your TP and then reversed. You have to know what it feels like to have a trade almost at your take profit and then it comes back to your stop loss. You have to know what it feels like to have a 5 trade losing streak, like lose. If you're back testing, you can take 5 losses in a row and you wouldn't feel it because after all, it's not really money. When it comes to life markets, you have to experience losing 4 trades in a row, losing 5 trades in a row. All these things take time. You also have to experience, winning streaks, how it feels to be in a winning streak. It feels like you're on top of the world. Like I can tell you from experience, when you're having a 2, 3, 4 win streaks, it's like you figured everything out. You know everything about the market. It feels so good, right? That dopamine is flushing your bloodstream, right? So trading takes time. It takes time. No matter how much you study, no matter how much work you put in, it takes time. It takes time to master because time comes with experience. So you have to experience certain things. These are the things I'm telling my younger self. I was sitting down, I was telling him this. Trading takes time. You have to experience all these things, experience the ups, experience the downs, experience the emotional part of the market, right? Emotion, you have to experience the market taking you out and then going your direction. You have to feel all these things. You have to learn how to experience all this. So it takes time to build experience, right? It takes time to master because experience is part of the equation. So that's why it takes time. No matter how much you study, no matter who is mentoring you, whether it's the best trainer in the world is mentoring you, it doesn't matter. You have to experience certain things for yourself. You have to be in the you have to be in a situation where the market is moving and the market started reversing. You're now wondering, should I close this trade or should I hold it? Right? Because if you're backtesting, it's very easy to make the decision. But when it's real, your money is on the line, your account is reading, you're seeing the blues, you're seeing the red reading, you're seeing equity going up and down. Now you're forced to make a decision. Should I hold this trade as it's coming down or should I close it? You see? Now you're being forced to make tough decisions, right? So if I could meet my younger self, I'll tell him that trading takes time. A lot of experience needs to be built, right? If you're listening to me, you listen to this call, it takes time, folk. It takes time. There's no amount of studying that's going to make you to skip this part. Although being under a good mentor might shorten your learning curve, but it will just still take away the pathway experience has to feel. You have to experience certain things for yourself. You have to know when, for instance, now I have from experience, I know that I shouldn't be doing the news because I've been burnt by the news before. Like I had a time where gold spiked like times five of my stop loss. Like I got times five, even though I was risking like 0.25% because I was always wise. So I was risking very little on the news. But boy, my loss was almost 30% or about 2 point something percent. It was like times 4 or 5. Or I no, I think I was risking 0.5%. Then it kind of spiked with minus 2.5% loss. So yeah, I remember it was a good trade. I was trying to buy gold, just jumped on me because of the news. Right. So these things are things that you need to really experience. Right. You have to experience all these stuffs. Right. Now, what is the next thing I would love to tell my younger self? I would tell my younger self that indicator is bullshit. Right. Right. So indicator is BS. Right. This is an unfiltered video. Right. I'll be telling my younger self that indicators are bullshit. Right. You don't need indicators to trade. Right. So I'll tell my younger self. Although if you trade indicators, I'm not trying to discredit your trading system. But I'm here to tell you that indicators don't control price, right? You have to learn to read price for yourself. Look at the charts real time and understand what the market is doing. I spent most of my early years as a trader using indicators to tell me that when it crosses, you buy. When it, there was no reason. Sometimes I tell me if the hit indicator, there was one I paid for. I was learning how to trade boom and crash. They would tell me that if it hits this indicator, you press sell and hold, and then to drop. All those things really delayed my growth, right? So you have to understand that indicator trading isn't going to help you, right? What is going to help you is what? Understanding the market for itself, the plain market, the plain candles. That is what you should pay attention to. Indicators are nothing. They just represent what? Price movements, right? In fact, they're even behind. Most times, if you are watching the naked chart, you notice that before a move happens, right, the candles have shown it. But before the indicator will show it, the market has already gone very far. So that's why before the indicator is going to cross, market has already gone like far. You now have to start looking for what re-entries. Meanwhile, if you're using a candle strategy or price action strategy, you have seen the move beforehand. So indicator trading it's lagging. It does not give you what that timely information, right? So if you're me, the younger self, I'll tell him I should stop indicator trading because I spent about almost a year and trading indicators, right? So I'll tell my younger self I should stop trading indicators, right? It's not going to help, right? These are the things I'll tell my younger self, right? I'll tell him that indicators are BS, right? Indicators are really BS, right? So, what's the fourth thing that I would likely tell my younger self? If I could meet my younger self, I would tell my younger self this as well, that there is no, so I'll tell you, there's no zero loss strategy. As a trader in my younger days, I thought that, I couldn't just accept a loss, right? My first 2 years, I did not really understand that. I didn't even know that there was something like risk management. I thought that if I was taking losses, then something was wrong with my understanding of the market. I thought that I could, trade in a way that I don't take losses, right? That was one of the issues I struggled with. I could not just accept that losses was part of trading because I couldn't understand why I had to lose money when I'm trying to make money. So it didn't just make sense to me, right? Okay, I'm trying to, have a better life. So why am I losing money when I should be just be making? So I don't really understand it. But so I was always looking for the best strategy. I would spend time studying my chart, trying to just figure out how I would like cram all the indicator movements. Okay, if it crosses here, if the rest I go to this point, I will cram everything, trying to see how I can trade without taking losses. And then I didn't understand risk management. So I was like focused on having all my trades wins. And this thing was delaying me. Sometimes I would hold my loss, like I would refuse to close my loss. I would hold a loss and it will nearly blow my account before I would painfully close the trade. So I was just trading from a perspective where I could avoid losses. That was just my aim. I was trying to just avoid losses. Right. So now I want to, if I could meet a younger self, I will tell him this for free. There is no zero loss strategy. Every strategy has what? A point where it fails and you take a loss, or a part where um um you misinterpreted the market and then you take a loss, right? So there's no zero loss strategy. There's no system that exempts you from taking one or two losses, right? What makes you profitable as a trader is to win more and lose less. That is what I would tell my younger self. And if you are hearing this, just type it in the comment section. What makes you profitable as a trader is to win more and lose less. Winning more, lose less. Winning more, lose less. That's what make you a a profitable trader. Lose less and win more. That is simply it. On your winning trades, you win more than what you lose on your losing trades. That is what simple. So there's no point trying to hop from strategy to strategy. Any strategy that can give you at least a 4 out of 10 is a good strategy, right? As long as the strategy can deliver at least 4 wins out of 10 is a good strategy, right? 4 out of 10 is a good one. And if you add good risk management, 1:3, 1:2, you're good to go, right? You're good to go. So there's no zero loss strategy. One of the things I'm telling my younger self, there's no zero loss strategy. I will use this opportunity to cut it short. There is no zero loss strategy, right? And then the next thing I'm telling him is that you are too young to take people funds, right? You are not ready for people funds. This is what I'll tell my younger self. So another thing I struggled with that when I was learning how to trade in my younger days, that was about 4 years ago. One of the issues I had is that I thought that my problem was capital, because then I used to see my mentor trading with $2,000, $3,000. So I was thinking that, okay, my issue could be that because I am trading with $100, that's why I'm not profitable. No, I could see people trading with $2,000, $5,000. I did not understand. I saw people trading with like $20K at them. I saw the $32,000, $20K, all those big figures. I was like, man, I think my issue is that I'm not having enough capital. That was what I thought. But then now I can tell you for free that capital isn't really the problem. What I lacked was what? Skill sets. And that is the case for many of you. Many of you, I always watch you guys, in Twitter giveaways. They always, I need account, I need account, I need paper account, I want money for funds, I need to fund my account, blah, blah, blah. Bro, the truth is that you are not skilled yet, right? Most times, if you go through people that are having issues with capital, if you check 100 people that are having issues with capital, you observe that about 80% of them, their issue is not really capital, their issue is skill sets, either technical skill sets or risk management skill sets. or psychological skill sets. These are the three issues that they're having. Either they're having is an issue with their psychology, they're always afraid, or maybe they are too aggressive, or they're having an issue with risk management, they cannot just manage their risk, or they don't simply know how to trade. There's technical um, a lack of adequate technical knowledge, right? So I would tell myself that you're not ready for people funds. Capital isn't your problem, and I would advise my younger self to totally avoid trading for other people, right? Totally avoid doing that, because that got me into a lot of trouble, right? Trading for other people. I would just tell my younger self, totally avoid trading for others, right? And many of you are falling into this trap. Please, if you haven't fallen into that, don't do it. Capital isn't your problem. Get a skill set. When you have a skill set, you can save up and start with the least prop account. We have prop firms now, right? Prop firms give you the opportunity to, I think, if you are, they are very cheap prop firms. I think there's a prop firm that has a $19 for 5K account. I think there's a prop firm like that, very cheap, right? If you can save up your $19 maybe in 2, 3 months, you can start with this kind of account, right? You can start with that. Although I have never used the firm before, but I would just recommend what I use. So you can get a $30 prop firm from FundedNext, right? You can use the link in the description to get that, right? You get this FundedNext is trusted. That's one I use, right? So you can use that, save up the $30, and then try with the least account, right? Even if you lose this account now, all you lost was $30. You didn't lose 5,000. Compare this to trading live $5,000. Maybe someone's $5,000. Try to lose that. So what happened to you? Once you fight, when you even lose a single penny from it, you start getting calls. What's happening? Why are you losing trades? Are you okay? All those kinds of things, they put pressure on you. Those are the things I was going through. Sometimes I will not be in the mood to trade. Someone will call me and be like, are you not placing a trade today? So you can see that I was always under monitoring eyes. Someone was always monitoring me, monitoring if I was taking a trade, monitoring my performance. And it was a pressure on me, on my part. Now compare that to trading your own funds, where you don't have to answer to anybody. That's why up to now, after I went through all those problems, I decided I will never trade for anyone again. I cannot, if I decide not to trade the whole day, no one is asking me, do you trade today? No one is asking me, why did you take a loss? No one is asking to refund him, right? So I just would have loved to meet my younger self and tell him this. Totally avoid trading for others. Totally, like not in any way. Totally avoid it, because it's going to put you in a lot of trouble. And for some of you listening to this video, it's also going to put you in a lot of trouble. Believe me, don't trade for other people. Use only your funds. And if you don't have money, save up. Try other means of income, and then what? You get your $5,000 account. You try with the profit, and then you pass the challenges. You get 400, and then once you make your withdrawals, right? This is the best route. If you ask me the best route to capital, this is the best route. This is the best route. Prop firms, right? That's the best route for capital. Don't trade for anyone, right? Because when you lose your challenges, no one is going to come and arrest you or ask you any questions, right? So it's very, very wise that you avoid doing this. And now, the next thing I also tell myself, right? I'll tell myself this. I'll just mention 7 things, right? So this will not be too long, right? I'll just mention only 7 things that I would love to tell my younger self. If I could meet him, these are the most important things I would have loved to tell my younger self. That's the trader of 2020, 2021. I'd love to tell him all this, right? Tell him all this to his face. The problem is never capital, never. 80% of the time, the problem is skill sets. Then I'll also tell him this. I tried full-time trading for a while, and it was something I would never wish for anyone, right? I will tell my younger self that you need other income sources, right? Trading is designed to do what? To multiply your wealth, right? The purpose of trading is to multiply your wealth. It's not to generate wealth from scratch. I repeat, the purpose of trading is to do what? Multiply your wealth. That means you must have something to multiply, right? You need money to make money in trading. Take note of this. You need money to make money in trading. You need money to make money in trading. You need money to make money in trading, right? Now, when you go and start trading from grass level. You don't even have funds to fund the account. You don't have any other means of income. You're seeing that you're going to be forcing yourself to do things that you shouldn't really be doing because what you want to make ends meet. Your problem now goes from trading properly to what you want to make ends meet. This is now your problem. You want to make ends meet. Maybe you haven't eaten today. You're trying to trade out. You see, this is also what I did too. I'll use my feeding money to trade, and then I'll blow it, and then I'll have to do what to compromise. Maybe take Gary or something, or just maybe eat just bread, or even sometimes starve. So you can see that these things actually got in the way of my development. Right? I thought that I could just trade and then from zero level I'll go to 100. No, you need other means because you need it. It's not that you want, you need it. You need other means of income. You could try online skills, which is like drop shipping, web design, graphic design, course selling, affiliate marketing, or you can have what an offline business, maybe a physical shop, a job, or no, a thrift store, where you do some sales, where you do services, just something be a construction job, a contract, or something that that just gives you income. You need alternative income if you want to succeed as a trader. So the things I would tell my younger self, learn a skill and monetize it. Now we have airdrops, right? Then when I was younger, then there was no airdrops were not really a thing. Were not really popular like that. Unlike now that everywhere we have airdrops, we have Notcoin, we have Tap Swap, all those coins everywhere. But then those things were not very popular as this now. Now you have the opportunity to get money for free from airdrops. Use it and fund the account. Just farm an airdrop for maybe 2, 3 months and then buy an account, right? That is all basically it. So you make sure that you have other income sources. So it's going to really help your trade because now you're trading from a perspective of what wanting to do what to make good trades, right? Your purpose of now trading is that you want to make good trades. You're not focused on trying to feed or trying to pay your rent, right? You just want to trade properly. This pressure of bills are not there. Your ends are meet. Then you cannot trade with focus. So the issue with many of you is that you are trying to come from level zero. So if you're in debt, you want to come from level negative to 100. It's not possible. You need some kind of cushion, right? At least something to pay your bills. So if you have a bad month, you wouldn't feel so bad because at least you can still feed, right? Every trader has a negative month. Even hedge funds, big institutions, they have negative months. So when you have a negative month, what are you going to do when you don't have a means of income? Do you understand that? Right? So you need those other income sources because it helps to do what? To stand as a cushion in the times of adversity, in times where the market conditions are not great, like maybe NFP week, news periods, all those times where the market is very volatile and it's not suitable for calm trading or let's say professional trading, right? It becomes very erratic then when you have all those news events, all those things that make the markets go crazy, right? You will need income sources that are not tight in the market. It's going to really help you to catapult your success, right? And then finally, I don't want this video to be too long. The final thing that I would tell my younger self if I could meet him, right? Remember what I've mentioned? I mentioned that number one, trading is not easy, right? It's not easy. Most successes they are one-sided. Number two, I said that it takes time, and during that time you have to have experience, experience ups and downs and all this fun stuff, right? Then there's no indicators are not going to help you. There's no zero loss strategy. You're not ready for people funds. Capital isn't a problem. Totally avoid trading for others, right? You will need other income sources, right? These things are the things that we need to. I would have loved to tell my younger self if I could meet, right? These are the things I would love to tell my younger self if I could meet him, right? And then finally, although this is not a list, but for now, I don't want this video to be excessively long, right? The next thing I would love to tell my younger self that if I'm telling that trading is spiritual, right? So if you want to excel as a trader, you have to learn to do it, operate from your higher perspective, right? I'm not trying to preach religion now, right? It's spiritual. What do I mean? Every human being has an essence or a soul in them, right? To succeed as a trader, you have to go beyond the normal average performance. That means you can't excel as a trader just by your, let's say, your usual skills. You have to learn to be what more let's say spiritual inclined, right? Now, before I started trading, I could get upset by any little thing. I could feel fear. I could feel all those normal feelings that other people have. But when I started trading, I started getting more experience. I started becoming what more calm, more intuitive, more spirit sensitive. Like I always try to maintain my composure. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to approach trading from the standpoint of what your psyche, your mindset, right? So when I mean spiritual, I mean that you are looking into yourself. You're trying to do what? Create inner peace, right? Create inner connection with the market. You understand that? So it's not like it's a religious talk I'm talking about. I'm talking about your spirit connection, right, to the universe or to God, right? You have to be connected to the source to actually succeed as a trader. Because imagine losing $1,000 and then being calm. It's not what an ordinary person can do. It's someone that has been able to do it to develop his spirit senses where he's no longer controlled by his fears, because fears are all those things are mostly things that are just normal to every human being. So you have to learn how to think and behave above your normal um tendencies, right? You have to learn to see things differently. You become more calm, you become more quiet, you become more of a meditative type. Like me, you have to learn to meditate. You meditate on your actions, you think deeply, you become a deep thinker, right? You think deeply, you analyze critically before doing things. So when you start developing all these spiritual senses, the ability to think, the ability to meditate, the ability to visualize things, the ability to imagine, the ability to just be very aware of your consciousness, be aware of your actions, just have that higher spiritual awareness, right? So I would love to tell my younger self that you have to develop what your sense of spiritual awareness, right? Your awareness, right? Do you get that? So I don't know if that is very clear, but I'll just try to go through it again. So if I could meet my younger self, I would tell them that you have to develop your spiritual senses, your ability to do what? To feel love, the ability to what? To control your fears, the ability to do what? To connect to your higher being, the ability to do what? To meditate, the ability to do what? To control your emotions, right? To put your emotions under control, the ability to act without emotional influence, the ability to do what? To be aware of your current thinking, like you're in your body now, we are still observing what you're doing. Imagine being able to observe what you're feeling. Okay, I feel fear now. You'll be able to, you know, observe what your flesh or your human body feels, but you're observing it from what a spiritual standpoint. Okay, I am feeling afraid. I don't think I should trade in now. Unlike when I was a beginner, when I'm scared, I will still be trading. I will just be trying, I was just so crazy. I needed to be stopped. But when I said, getting more enlightened, when I feel all those fears, I feel scared, or I don't feel like taking risks. I just simply stay out of the market. So I've learned to control all those impulses. That is just the word there. When you learn to control your impulses, your physical impulses, right, then you can be seen as what a more spiritual being. You can see the monks. You see how they can meditate for hours, right? They are very still, just meditating for hours, right? Very calm set of people. They speak less, they don't react, they don't burst out in anger. All those things, those are all spiritual what abilities, right? These are abilities that you can only derive when what your spiritual awareness is high. So you have to develop what your spiritual awareness, your mindset, your level of connectivity with what the spiritual entity, which is what God, right? You need to draw strength. There are times in which you feel very discouraged, and there's no physical thing that can encourage you apart from what's driving strength from what the spiritual energy or from the spiritual realm, right? So you have to really develop your spiritual senses because it will really help you to succeed as a trader. Nobody would just naturally, be risking like $5,000 on a single trade. It's all have developed what a spiritual awareness to the point where he can keep himself calm under pressure, right? Being spiritual as a trader is being able to control your physical body, right? Just being able to put it under control. control the fears, control the emotions, control all that. That's what I mean, right? So these are the things I would tell my younger self if I could meet him. I would tell him all this. Focus, it isn't that easy as it seems. It takes time. Indicators are bullshit. You need to learn how to trade without indicators, learn market structure, learn how to trade without that. And there's no zero loss strategy. Focus on risk management. This is what I'm telling you. Focus on risk management. These are the things I would tell my younger self. Focus on risk management. Right. Number five, investor trading, no. Capital NO, no. Right. These are the things I would like to tell my younger self. And I hope that this was it. This call, you learned one or two things from it. Um, Tomorrow we'll continue with the technical aspects. Those are the things I would just love you guys to think about, right? If you're new to that, you're struggling, I think you need to take into cognizance. You need to understand that it isn't as easy as it seems. If you have chosen a path of trading, then be ready for difficulty, be ready for hardship, ready for periods of pain and struggle. You're going to go through that. Also, you're going to also have all the good times where you make some money, you can buy some things, just have to learn how to manage yourself, right? It's not easy, but you can do it, right? It's spiritual. Believe in yourself. Even when no one else believes in you, have that belief that you can make it. That is a spiritual sense. Encouragement, even what in the face of what adversities, right? So that is basically all I have to say. So see you guys in tomorrow's teaching. Have a wonderful day. Cheers and God bless.